Coyote Culture is presented by the Cheyenne River Predator Hunters and TS Customs, precision firearms built for success.
Seth and I are hunting some brand new property. I've never called it before. I've kind of called around it a little bit. Got permission to hunt it. They're just telling me the other day that there is a ton of coyotes. I think there's 2 or 3 different groups of 4 or 5. I don't know what to expect. Don't know what to think yet, but really hoping for high hopes and hope we can get on some.
This segment of Coyote Culture is brought to you by TS Customs Precision Firearms, built for success.
I got Seth over to my left. We're set up in an area that we really don't know. New ground, we're learning. We're not sure where the coyotes are hanging out.
After calling for a good 5-10 minutes, I'm pretty sure I could see ears or the head of one sneaking around behind, but never did see the full coyote, so I might have just been seeing things, but I'm not sure. A little while longer after that, we dang sure heard one off in the distance, and it's just barking at us.
Maybe I can get him to come over the hill though. Should go up there and shut him up. Get to that gate. I'll take the stuff with us because if we see that dog town, we might call it.
After not really having much luck at this spot, we knew we probably had to move. They're quite a ways away, and we opted just to take off cross country to them. Without having to move the pickup, make a lot of noise, just head over there on foot and see if we can get a little bit closer.
We're covered up in it. Ready, Seth? I turn that way a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, we get set up in this fence line, and we let out one howl, and it kind of lights up around us. So
we're right where we need to be. We must not have spooked any of them away, so kind of looking like it's going to be pretty awesome. The landowner had told me that he had a prairie dog town right by his corrals that he always sees these coyotes on. This was perfect. We pop over the hill, see the corral, see the prairie dog town, kind of right where the coyotes were howling, and we knew our chances of getting a coyote were pretty good. I kind of had to move over because Seth's right in my road. So I could see it right over his shoulder, coming right down the fence line. And it was just awesome that the coyote was so cooperative, and pretty coyote too, just came right down the fence line to us. After not really having much luck at this spot, we knew we probably had to move. And we opted just to head over there on foot and see if we can get a little bit closer.
This segment of Coyote Culture is brought to you by Lane, the ultimate in suppressed firearms.
Yeah, this coyote comes right down in front of us, right to the prairie dog town. It was just awesome that the coyote was so cooperative.
How far you want to run to? Just let him keep coming. I'm gonna have to move. You better start moving a little bit. What?
Man, Seth puts the wallop on him and makes him fur fly pretty far.
Didn't get the one we was after, but we got the other one howling. Vocal little sucker. Let's go get that bad boy.
Little young pup.
Little guy.
Little guy.
blowing up little guy now.
243 kind of did a damage to him.
Well, good shot, Seth.
Thanks.
You better get on to the next one.
Yeah,
Super nice out.
I think it's gonna be a good day calling.
Let's get to it.
We ended up getting one more that day, but we learned a lot that day. So the next time we go there, we'll have a lot more luck.
This segment of Coyote Culture is brought to you by Reese Outdoors, when only the best will do. Custom predator calls made in the USA.
On this hunt, we're back out, me and my brother. He was on here earlier this season, you seen him. This time it's just me and him going out. It's right around New Year's and it's cold. It's bitter cold. It's 15 below. You should be staying home cold. And I don't know, we decided we needed to go out and go try to call some coyotes in. So
The guy's place we were hunting on, he had actually told our dad, he said he couldn't believe we were out hunting, and they must really like hunting coyotes to be out hunting in this kind of weather, because we'd been over there before, you know, when it was miserable like that.
make sure when it's that cold, you need to make sure people know where you're going in case something happens. It's pretty dang cold. You don't want to be, you might not make it back, but
without that heater and that side-by-side, there ain't no way we could ever. I mean, you couldn't take a four-wheeler or something out, you'd freeze to death. Once you do it, it's so much fun. You just want to go out and do it all the time, no matter what it's like, and try to bundle up as much as you can to keep from freezing, I guess.
this was our second or third set of the morning, and we didn't have much luck and got sat up over some pretty steep, pretty rough river breaks, tried to get in out of the wind a little bit.
We were sitting up kind of high above the river and looking down a draw towards the river, and there's a kind of a prairie dog town over the hill to our right. I was just playing a prairie dog on the call and figured one would come up the draw, because at the bottom of the draw there was another prairie dog town right down on the river. And we figured they would probably come right in front of us up that draw, and we looked over to the left, and I think we seen them about the same time. I don't think this one was going to come any closer either. I think he had probably seen us. He might have, but it's hard to say. He was close enough to shoot, so we shot him.
Good shooting. 150 yards or so, probably. When we sit like this out on these points, they can see our silhouettes this way. Good thing he sat there like that. He wasn't going to stay there too much longer. Just so leave your seat, huh? So leave your seat, huh? I was actually gonna walk down there. I'm like, go get that coyote, Rocky, and I'll film you picking him up. And Rocky says, I ain't gonna walk down there. I'm gonna drive down there. I was like, what? No, you ain't. And he's like, yeah, it'll be all right. I'll just drive right down there, he said. It was pretty steep.
Yeah, it was kind of spooky driving that side by side. It's pretty steep side hill, but
I just sat where I was and filmed and let him drive down there and go get the coyote.
I should have walked. I'd have warmed up, probably.
We actually ran into 2 more guys calling coyotes on this same day. It's 15 below zero. I don't know what you call that, if you call that dedication or stupidity or some of both or what, but at least there was 2 other guys out there that had the same idea as us. We weren't the only crazy ones. Yeah, and even though it was as cold as it was and as miserable as it was, when you could still go out and hunt with your brother and go out and have a family hunt and go get coyotes down, all of that 15 below just goes away when you can finally get enough adrenaline in you and get a coyote down and be able to walk back. It was a pretty good family hunt right there.
On the next episode of Coyote Culture, it's contest day when Oren and Dakota team up to try their luck.
I don't know what the hell you're doing, Oren.
I think he's further out, Dakota.
They raise money for a special cause.
The guys knocked it out of the park.
That's next time on Coyote Culture.